So as you walked in, you should have gotten the 2 goldenrod sheets. Okay, that's your 5-2 review / homework to go along with the 5-1 purple, or not purple, the 5-1 pink and the 5-1 green, along with the 5-1 book and the 5-2 book. Okay, so those 6 are in preparation for Tuesday's test on 5-1 and 5-2. Okay. Today, I would like to continue on in the ambiguous case of the law of signs. Okay? So I want to pick up where we left off yesterday, and we left off yesterday with basically figuring all of this stuff out. Okay? So, in a nutshell, if we are dealing with an angle side case, okay, and our opposite side is longer than our adjacent side, we will always get one triangle. No matter if the angle is acute or if the angle is obtuse. If we're in that opposite side is longer than the adjacent side case, we get one triangle. And we use the law of signs, get that complete fraction, solve for the other 3 parts. Okay? If the adjacent side is longer than the opposite side, then we're in that, okay, is it an acute angle, is it not an acute angle type of thing. Okay? So if it's an obtuse angle, we are in a no triangle case. Okay? If it's obtuse, no triangles formed, move on to the next problem. If we're in an acute angle case, then I have to check the height of the triangle. Okay? So I could get 0 triangles. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, come on. There it went. Okay. So I could get 0 triangles if the height is bigger than my opposite side. Okay. So if that opposite side is smaller than the height, I get 0 triangles. I get 1 triangle if the height is equal to the opposite side. And I get 2 triangles if the height is smaller than the opposite side. Okay. Then, yesterday we put that into play. We did an example of that one. We got 1 triangle. Okay, so today, oh, way over here. There they are. Couldn't find my answers. Okay, so today we'll refer back to that at all times. Okay, so how I would go about these problems is I draw myself a little triangle, but I wouldn't complete that triangle because I don't know if that triangle is going to be true or not, accurate or not. So I don't necessarily need to complete the whole thing, so we're going to draw something like that. Okay? Then, I would put on my given information. So I have angle C here is 85 degrees. Side C is the opposite side. that's going to be 15. Side A is 25, which then that means that this would be angle A and that would be angle B. Or whatever letter you pick there if you didn't like B. Okay? The first question you have to ask is this an angle side case? Because anything else, you just get one triangle. It's just that angle side case that's going to give you possibly none, possibly two, possibly one. Okay? So is this an angle side case? Yes or no? Yeah, it is. Angle, side. That's what we got. Second question you have to ask yourself. What kind of an angle is given? Acute or obtuse? It's an acute angle. Third question you have to ask yourself is, I need to compare my opposite side to my adjacent side. Which one's bigger? The adjacent side is bigger, right? Okay. So, going back to my nutshell page, I've got an acute triangle in the angle side case where my adjacent side is longer than my opposite side. So that means I'm down here in the red, correct? Okay, so I need to first check my height. So let's check our height. This is the height of my triangle right there. So that is an 85-degree angle. That side is 25. Here is the right angle. There is my height. Here is my handle. Here is my spout. When I get all steamed up, then I shout. Flip me over and pour me out. What's the height of this triangle? I ask. Shout it, shout it, shout it out loud. I wouldn't say about 25 because 25 is in our problem, right? Okay, and we got to compare sides, so let's keep it at 24.9 at worst. Okay? All right? So now I have to compare that height to my opposite side. Which one is bigger, the height or the opposite side? Now I can get both on. Which one's bigger? The height is bigger than the opposite side because the height is 24.9. My opposite side was 15. Yes? Okay. So, back to my chart. Height bigger than my opposite side. 2, 1, or 0 triangle. 0, 1, or 2. 1, 0, 2. 1, 2, 1. 0? Because I'm in this case right here. So in this particular case, no triangle is formed. Okay? It's just not long enough. That opposite side's just not long enough to make. Okay. Let's try another one. Again, I would set up by drawing my triangle in that regards, because I don't know, in that last example, that side wasn't long enough to make a triangle. So let's set this one up. Here is 32 degrees, and that's angle B. Side B is 5. Side A is 7, which means then that would be angle A, and well, that will be angle C. Okay. First check, is this an angle side case? Yeah? Yes? Okay. Yep. It is an angle side case. Second check. What kind of an angle is given? It's an acute angle. Third check. Opposite compared to adjacent. Which one? So the adjacent is bigger? Okay. When the adjacent is bigger, what do I have to do? Find H. I got to check that H. If the opposite side was bigger, it automatically would be one triangle. But because the adjacent side is bigger, we have to check that H, break it out. 32, H, and 7. So the sine of 32 degrees is equal to H over 7. So H is 7 times the sine of 32 degrees. What is 7 times the sine of 32 degrees? 3.7-ish. Okay. Now I need to compare that H to my opposite side. Which one is bigger? The opposite side is bigger. So how many triangles do we get? 2 triangles. Row. Okay. Alright. So now we got 2 triangles. So let's work the first one, then we'll work the second one. So in the first triangle, I'm just going to straight up solve it like we had been. Okay? I'm just going to use the law of sines on it. And so I'm going to say, first one I'm going to solve for is going to be angle A. So the sine of 32 degrees divided by 5 is going to equal the sine of angle A, and I'm going to call it angle A sub 1 because it's on the first triangle, divided by 7. Crisscross applesauce. 5 times the sine of angle A sub 1 is equal to 7 times the sine of 32 degrees. The sine of angle A sub 1 is equal to 7 sine of 32 degrees divided by 5. So angle A sub 1 here is going to be equal to the inverse sine of that. So I get angle A sub 1 here as 47.8924 degrees. Yes? Okay. What do you want to find next? Angle C, because now we got two angles of the triangle. Let's get that third angle. Okay? So angle C sub 1 is going to be 180 degrees minus my original angle was 32 degrees minus that new angle A that I just found. So angle C sub 1 is going to be 100.108 degrees. Okay. Full disclosure, when I did these calculations for me, I left things on my calculator. So if you rounded, like if you rounded angle A to 47.89 degrees, okay, then your angle C would have been 100.11 degrees. Okay, and so on and so forth. And then your side C might be off by just a little bit. I left things exactly on the calculator that I was using, just so you know. Okay? So then the sine of 32 degrees divided by 5 is going to equal the sine of 100.108 degrees divided by side C sub 1. Running out of colors. I could have gone red there. Oh well. Such a thing. Okay. So crisscrossing applesaucing tells me that side C sub 1 here is equal to 5 times the sine of that angle divided by the sine of 32 degrees. Which tells me that side C sub 1 is, I got 9.28896 there. Okay. Yours, again, might be a little off, depending on if you rounded earlier, if you left stuff on your calculator. Okay? So, that's a sixth of my answers. That's a sixth of my answers. There we go. So that's just one triangle. Now, we got to go and do triangle number 2. Okay? So in triangle number 2, angle A sub 2 now is going to be 180 degrees minus angle A sub 1. We found angle A sub 1 in the first triangle. So this is going to be 180 degrees minus 47.8924 degrees. So angle A sub 2 is 132.108 degrees. Okay? Which makes it easy to find angle C sub 2. That's going to be 180 degrees minus my original angle. My original angle was 32 degrees. Minus my new angle A, which is 132.108 degrees. So angle C sub 2 is going to be 15.8924 degrees. Now I just got to find my new side C sub 2. So if I go side C sub 2 here, that's going to equal 5 times the sine of 15.8924 divided by the sine of 32. So that's going to give me 2.58371. And that gives me all of my answers. Okay? Questions on that? Yes, ma'am.
How did you know to first subtract the A1 side
From
your
180?
Yeah.
Because in trig, the signs are equal on the top half of the unit circle, right? Or they're both positive, I should say, on the top half of the unit circle. So if I'm in quadrant number 1, that angle to get up there is going to be, give me a y value. To get that same y value, which is sine, on the other side I have to subtract that same angle from 180 degrees. And then that's where the signs are equal. Okay? So that's why we subtracted it from there, to get me that equal sign. It's like yesterday when you guys were figuring out, you guys got like 64 point something, and I said, no, I got 115 point something. Okay? They ended up being the same.
Yeah.
I just did 180 minus that. Okay? Okay? Try it. Quick spot check. This is an angle side-side case. My angle is acute. And my opposite side is shorter than my adjacent side. Which means I have to go through the steps of checking my height. So if you haven't checked the height yet, that's where you should be. I got my height as 10.0376, which tells me that my opposite side is bigger than my height, which tells me I am going to be getting 2 triangles in this one. Okay. So my first triangle and my second triangle. So angle B sub 1 is going to end up being the inverse sine, because I'm going to have to find an angle, so I got to use inverse sine of 17.5 times the sine of 35 degrees all over 15, which that's then going to give me angle B sub 1 is 42.0032 degrees. Angle C sub 1 is going to equal 180 degrees minus 35 degrees minus angle B sub 1. So that's going to give me angle C sub 1 as 102.997 degrees. Then the sine of 35 degrees all over 15 is going to equal the sine of 102.997 degrees all over, I use green, so C sub 1. So C sub 1 then is going to equal 15 sines of 102.997 degrees all over the sine of 35 degrees. So side C sub 1 then here is, I get 25.4818. Yes? Okay. Angle A sub 2 then is going to equal 180 degrees minus 42.0032 degrees. So angle A sub 2 is going to be, B sub 2. Oh, hold on, let's just start that over again. So that is going to be 137.997 degrees. Angle C sub 2 then is going to be 180 minus 35 minus 137.997 degrees. So angle C sub 2 is going to be 7.00. Again, I left mine on the calculator. That's why I get the changing number of decimal places afterwards, because it's going off of sig figs on my calculator. Okay. So then we have sod. The sine of 35 degrees divided by 15 equals the sine of 7.00323 degrees divided by side C sub 2 equal 15 sine of 7.00323 divided by the sine 35. Side C sub 2, I get to be 3.18855. Yes'm? Good times. God, this is good stuff.
Is this stuff gonna be on the final?
What?
Is this stuff gonna be on the final?
Yep.